What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Richie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Shy, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV live with Greg Gray and the Privilege.
Yes, I'm here. What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates, just ours. We talking. We giving it to you. Real, raw, and run rated. That ain't even a word, run rated. Hey, man, a lot of stuff's been going on. We're going to keep the prayers going for the people over there in the Ukraine, man. You know, things are happening over there. Gotta keep the prayers going. A lot of stuff going on, okay, but we'll bring my people on here, see what's going on. Dana.
What's up?
Another day, another dollar?
Maybe a $50 with the way gas prices are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You had to bring that up. I was having a great day until you said that.
That's reality.
Man, $100 for a tank of gas is not reality. That's crazy. You just muted out for some reason.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. Everybody say what's up to the suave debonair, Mr. Kevin McLemore.
How you doing, family? How you doing?
Hey there.
Okay.
Everybody say hello. I'm tired, y'all. So I ain't no telling what's
I can see that.
To Mrs. Doubtfire, Marcella, what's going on?
Hello. Happy Monday.
Yes.
Hey, MD, what's up?
Hey, I was going through some things. You know, we were going to do TikTok today, but I didn't get back in time to download these videos. But we'll get it in another day. But I did download one. I want to show you guys this and tell me what y'all think about this. Watch really closely, right? Watch closely. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch close. Y'all check this out.
Hey y'all, I know. Don't be shocked. Yes, I really look like this, which is why I decided to let y'all in on my little secret. So a long time ago, I bought this stuff from Germany. It makes your skin tighter within like 5 or 10 seconds. My husband has never seen me like this. Not even my kids have seen me like this. So feel special that I'm letting y'all in on my little secret. So you spray it on your face like that. And then you wait about 10 seconds. Normally it does. And just watch as my skin starts to get tightened. It knocks about 10, 20 years off of you. See? Don't take long at all. She's back.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
What?
I saw that and I was like, I had to play it 3 or 4 times. I'm like, is that camera play or
That ain't no camera play. I know camera play when I see it.
Right, because
is that the same person?
Yeah.
It is her.
He sprayed something on her face and it just pulled everything back. Or I don't know what it did, but it worked. She didn't say what it was though. But it worked.
No, you have to go to her
relationships with her. Do you date the before or do you date the after? Or can you break up with the before?
Hey, this is me.
Maybe you could date both.
Well, I know Greg gonna say you better be spraying that all the time.
I'm saying, look, I'm not trying to date nobody that metamorphosizes. Okay, forget that. What if she didn't spray before we was getting ready to do our thing? Okay, and right before we get to doing it, she looking as beautiful as she was. Then when we're done, she Gladys Kravitz. I mean, come on, man.
Well, you know how to
midstream.
Kill the mood.
Keep the lights off.
Keep your eyes closed.
Oh.
Hey, you know what you do, Kevin, too? You get that green hefty bag, the old school hefty bag.
No.
And you put it up to the window so not a bit of light can come through no place. You don't have no candles. You tell her your electricity off, all right? And you put that big green bag up there so that, I'm just saying. I'm like,
here we go.
If she metamorphosizes, I'm good. Corey, what's up, my brother, man?
You gotta play that again, though, because I gotta tear that apart. You gotta play that.
That's why I said look really hard. Just make sure you look focused. All right. Shout out to my brother Corey Taylor. Hey, Corey, I'm gonna holler at you in a minute, man. Y'all watch this stuff.
Hey, y'all. I know. Don't be shocked. Yes, I really look like this, which is why I decided to let y'all in on my little secret. So a long time ago, I bought this stuff from Germany. It makes your skin tighter within like 5 or 10 seconds. My husband has never seen me like this. Not even my kids have seen me like this. So feel special that I'm letting y'all in on my little secret. So you spray it on your face like that. And then you wait about 10 seconds. Normally it does. And just watch as my skin starts to get tightened. It knocks about 10-20 years off of you. See? Don't take long at all. She's back.
That's scary.
How did she do that? Like, that was not camera play.
It wasn't camera play. It was real.
Yeah, and she didn't move. Nobody came in. Like, you could see when it's camera play, you usually have like that 1 second where everything kind of just stands still. That didn't happen.
Because she sprayed. I think it was goat nut on there or something. I don't know what it was, man, but she sprayed it.
No.
And it tightened up her skin. But still, I don't know what it is. She said she got it from Germany. Okay. I tried to look it up. But you know what? Here's the thing. Yeah, Marcin, you're gonna say something. They need that. She needs to take that same bottle, not her necessarily, spread it around. Tell everybody where you got it from so they can spray their breasts so that they won't be as tight and saggy. Okay, and I want to see that. She sprayed her breast. My breast was just all in on my stomach and on my knees. Okay, but I took this from Germany. You wait 10 seconds. Boing.
Gina.
They ready.
What's up with that level up there?
Huh?
I can't.
You can't do nothing with them.
I can't. What? I'm gonna have to let Kevin handle that one.
So y'all trying to say that if it ever got to that point in y'all lives where I can't talk about it right now. So let's get on to this relationship questions and stuff. Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
He behind the iron curtain.
I'm in the green room cracking my side. I seen that TikTok. I seen it before.
But more, am I right though?
Hey, if it's available, I'm game. I'm game big time. Spray, baby, spray.
Dude, spray. I'm talking about spray.
Oh man, shoot. Just spray until I say no.
Get the industrial strength family size bottle. All right. Right. Some of these women. Maurice, I appreciate this, man. Y'all check this out. Listen to this.
The views expressed on Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily those of Dope Living TV Live or its affiliates.
What?
Man, I meant to clean it up.
What?
I wanted to
clean it up. Wait a minute. Hold on. You gotta hear this one too. Hold on. He even put the echo on it, y'all. Old school. Let's go.
The views expressed on Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily those of Dope Living TV Live or its affiliates.
Go on, boy.
Look at you. Go on.
That's nice, Maurice.
Go on, boy.
Go on with the intro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My boob seal, yes. My boob seal says yes. If I can play it right here. Where's it at? Yes. Okay. One word. All right, look. we're talking relationships today. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. Okay, I hope you had a great weekend. I had a very busy one. I was actually, man, I went to Harry Carey's Italian Steakhouse.
Chicago.
It's, man, and
That's
I
off
had
the chain.
my favorite food, lasagna there.
That is off the chain, dude.
Man, I almost cried when I got to the last bite. It was so good. I was playing with it and looked at it, and I was like, "This is about to go. I'm not paying that price for another slab of
meat,
you know, but it's got to go." It was something. It was nice. Y'all go to Hair Carries. Anyway, y'all check this out. You know, we when we do relationships, we always got a thing or two from Stephen Speaks. All right. Here's one he says that you need to heal. Y'all check this out. Let me know what you think about it.
And so everything I did in life was, it's not good enough. And it created this mindset of I had to have everything perfect. And then one day I said, let me pray about this. I prayed, and this was just last year. And I remember hearing God clearly say to me, there is no perfection, only purpose. So when you start to think it has to be this way and that way, no, stop. There is no perfection, only purpose. But I want to start with that story because if you notice, I said there was something that happened in my childhood that shaped my mindset. And now it had an impact not just on me in my entrepreneurial career, but in my relationships. Because if it was never good enough, I didn't want to be in a relationship. I kept pushing it away. I kept finding ways to run away from it and put walls up. And many of you in here right now, you have walls up. You are guarded. You've been hurt. You've been let down. And I get it. But guess what? The same walls you have up to protect you are the same walls blocking your blessings. You cannot love and receive love when you are walking in fear every day, trying to stop yourself from being hurt. You have to understand that hurt is inevitable. And the minute that we can allow ourselves to be vulnerable and open to love, now we can receive an abundance of it and we can give it. So the first thing I really want to talk to you guys about today is healing. You have to heal if you want to have successful relationships. The reality is that the majority of this world has been broken at some point, has been damaged, but we sweep it under the rug. We find ways to move past it on the surface, but we don't resolve these issues deep from within. And this is a problem because when you are not healed, you will have a hard time being in the right relationship, and you will increase your ability to be in the wrong ones. You will entertain more toxic relationships, family, friends, kids, siblings, you name it. You will not be able to pull yourself out of that when you are holding on to things from your past. Now, many people ask me, how do you heal? How do we heal? So I want to start you on that path today. Now, I brought a book today. It wasn't in the bookstore earlier, but it's a book called Love After Heartbreak, and it breaks down the steps to healing. But I want to give you a step that all you can start with today or tomorrow, sometime soon, to get this ball rolling. When you get a chance, when you go home, get a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, write down, who hurt me? And then ask yourself the question, who hurt me? And every person who comes to mind, put them on that paper. It doesn't matter if you think it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if you think it happened so long ago. It doesn't matter if you think you moved past it. If they come to mind when you ask yourself that question, they are relevant. And there is something there that has to be resolved. Because the reality is that you do not heal by suppressing, you heal by releasing. And many of us have never truly released it from our system. What you need is an emotional detox. Because guess what? All this great stuff that we're talking about today, which has been amazing and wonderful, but it's like you're trying to pile a bunch of good stuff on a horrible, messy foundation.
You don't heal by suppressing. You heal by releasing.
Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
How'd y'all like that one?
I liked it.
That was
true.
That was truth.
Makes it, yeah, without a doubt, it makes very, very, very good sense.
And you wonder when people are, and I don't think he calls himself a relationship expert or anything, but when people got all of this relationship advice, you know, ourselves included, do you all think that it's a little bit overkill sometimes? You know, we can't tell everybody what to do and how to feel and what to say. And it only work. We can only deal about from the experiences that we've had. But people, and when I say the overkill part, people expect us to know how to save them, how to save their relationships. Like Kevin, for instance, and yes, I'm mentioning the book, your book. You're telling people from experience. Am I correct? I mean, give
No,
us.
I'm in my book. I talk from about human human behavior.
Okay.
Because when you talk about your past, you're talking about your story, and people have got to realize that there's not one of us that our story is unique. The only thing that separates my story from your story is the cast of characters and the
Yeah.
location. All right, the experience is the same. The heartbreak from one relationship is a heartbreak from another relationship. The mommy and daddy issues are the same mommy and daddy issues that each and every last one of us had. It could be positive, it could be negative. The experience we had between the guy and the girl at school and how people treated us is how we allow people to treat us. And when you're moving forward, if you're moving, forward with it, you're going backwards. And I always tell people when you're going forward, I'm not telling you to go forward without it. All right. But I'm telling you to go forward. And as long as you're holding on to an obstacle the same way he speaks, you're putting an obstacle before anything else that you can allow into your life. So human nature is to be protective of one's soul. Human experience is allow yourself to be lifted and live and take control of your life.
Absolutely. I sneezed. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to do it again. Gina, take over.
All right.
He's definitely speaking the truth, because when you hold on to something in the past, I always say, if you're looking behind you, you're gonna walk into a wall. You're gonna walk right into a wall. So
You're exactly right.
But that doesn't.
It's definitely the truth.
Go ahead, Marcella.
But that doesn't mean to forget what you've come out of.
That's why you move on with it.
Right. Pardon me?
That's the reason why you move on with it.
Right. So that you don't go back into that same
right. But in the
atmosphere.
experience, the learning.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I get what you're saying from person to person, from male to male, female to female. I get that part where, those things that happen to us in relationship are similar. And the only thing that changes is the cast, as far as, the location and the cast. But I've always thought that the experience is the teacher, and how we deal with it individually is, the outcome, if it's good or bad, just like the gentleman just said there, how that person individually deals with it is going to be different from, let's say, like Greg, different between me and Greg dealing with the same relationship.
Well, it's just like I say in my book, that, there are people that have entered relationships because they've just given up because they don't think there's anything better than what they have present right now. And there's some people that cannot have a relationship because they're so damaged from their past, and they didn't take ownership of the last relationship. And then, those of us are in relationships that we're too much of a coward to get out of. And then we walk upon that one person, that individual that basically makes our day. And we're not brave enough to step out of our own comfort zone in order to allow that person to be inside our life.
I agree.
Woo, boy.
You all right?
Somebody,
You good?
yeah, I'm good. Somebody naked HDXYZ try to get back on here again. I had to block them again.
Block.
They keep coming on here, selling their wares.
They always come on when we have this topic.
Yeah, the key thing with any relationship or any position you're in life is understanding who you are before you bring someone else into your life. If you got stuff that's unresolved within yourself, it is basically unfair to bring someone in and thinking someone's going to fix you or complete you. You have to be complete before you look for someone to add into your circle, and that's friends and everything else. You ever have that person in your life that always seems to be upset about something.
Mhm.
No matter what it is, it seems to trigger something negative, and you go, well, where does this come from? What's wrong with you? And then you have this one person that is, always seems to be happy, but never seems to have a happy life. And those are the people that are walking through life pretending to be something they're not.
Absolutely. I agree. It's rough when you're trying to copy people, man, and you don't get it right.
I always tell people to be original. We all have our baggage. We all have our flaws. We all have our shortcomings, but we all have to sit there and say, well, how high does the meter go that I can live with it or I can't live without it? And then you got to be honest with yourself. If you can live without it, then you need to live without them also.
And we were talking about what's going on, Patty Rose. We were talking about in previous shows about baby mama's drama, baby daddy drama, and all that stuff. Could you be in a relationship if there was that type of stuff going on? I mean, if you got into a relationship, would you stay in the relationship if that stuff was going on?
I could not. I couldn't. That's too much disturbing your
Yes.
peace. You got to look, just like you're telling yourself, you got to take care of yourself and get right first with yourself. You have to also have that same mentality with the person that you meet. They have to get rid of all of that luggage and baggage, leave that stuff alone before they can move into a new relationship.
Hey, Fontaine put a sad face up in here. What's going on, Fontaine? How's it going, man? What's the sad face for, bro? Marcy, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Gina. I wouldn't be able to stay in that type of relationship because I like my peace as well. I if I know someone has kids, I'm like, okay, what are the ages and how is your relationship with their mom?
All right.
Because if there's a lot of craziness, I don't want to be, but I don't
So
like.
is it on one or the other one to check that person when that stuff comes up? Because you know what's going on when you get into a relationship. I know if I'm in a relationship and there's drama, I would like some type of resolution because you with this person because of that person, not because of the drama that ensues once they get in there. But is it upon that person to check their significant other, or is it on the new person to check them? Say, hey, it's time to move on. I'm with her now, or I'm with him now. I mean, who's?
Well, I went through that. I went through exactly that as far as baby mama drama is concerned and daddy mama drama. Daddy baby drama anyway. And the thing about my ex-wife, she was up for it. I mean, she was ready to make sure that it stunk. Make sure it smelled real bad. What you got to understand is sometimes, I mean, you can run into the right person. And running into the right person to me is that didn't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
That drama did not come from me. It came from my ex-wife, And if you understand that, then you're a grown person as far as I'm concerned. You don't run off and leave because, my ex-wife is acting a donkey, not me,
But the thing is, sometimes you might be, there's some relationships, whereas let's say if you fed into that a lot and you were like, it would, I've seen relationships that, whereas the person, let's say that one guy I dealt with, he liked dealing with, it was funny to him. It was fun. And then I think he thought that I was jealous.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't live in that type of atmosphere, and I'm not going to start living and dealing with that type of thing. So for me, I would expect him to handle that.
Check it.
That is not around me.
Which is what I did, and not while Mary Ann was around. It was more the thing, and it seemed like the more that I told her that I ignored it, the more she came into it. It's not until it got real, and she said, "Look, pay this back child support or whatever to pay me. If you pay my back child support, you got a bunch to say. Right now, you ain't got nothing to say. Come visit the babies.
So
go ahead and say what you're gonna say to them." And it seemed like that shut the crap down.
Something that Greg made a comment about. as far as would, like, say for Greg, let's say he's with someone, if he was with someone and she was having issues with her ex. Your question, Greg, I think was, should you say something to the ex? Was that your question?
Should I, or it should either, who should say something?
Right. I would think it would be the person that was in the relationship with that person.
Well, the same thing happened. Like the daddy, they daddy of the children I basically adopted.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to act a donkey, and it was like a double check, you know.
Mm.
She told him put him in his place, and then I told him, I said, look, man, you can come see your babies anytime you want. You can come pick them up. This Negro didn't even come try to pick them babies up. He just wanted to come start some crap.
Yeah, and that's what I said. A lot of times they're just trying to start mess.
Yeah.
Well, see, what I was alluding to is this: if the baby mama or the baby daddy, some of them you just can't get to anyway. They're going to be that way anyway.
Yeah.
If you had a conversation with them and make them feel comfortable with the fact that you are now assisting to raise the kids and not being, not trying to be daddy, just trying to be father, I think that, I wouldn't have a problem coming to brother and say, hey man, look, I understand how you feeling and this and that. Okay. But I'm not trying to take your place with your kids. All right. Her and I found a space where we're going to be together. And I know you're feeling some kind of way, but it is what it is. All right. I'm with her now. And I want you to know that, number one, I will take care of the kids. And you can come see the kids when you get ready, if it's respectable. All right. Once it becomes disrespectful, then we're going to have to talk about it again.
That's the mature way. Everyone's not mature.
Right.
Well, that's what I said.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Right before I said anything, I said everybody's not going to change. Everybody's not going to accept that. But
I mean, we can even look at Kanye West's situation as far as
don't look at that.
I mean, but it is the same situation though.
That's just entertainment drama.
And she done messed around and get 4 babies on her, by that crazy boy. That boy ain't got no sense.
I'm with Kevin on that. That's just entertainment, man. Okay. Yeah, he might be crazy and this and that. Okay, but it's playing itself out in the media.
Yeah, I'm going to share a story. I know 4 couples that spend every holiday together, every birthday, every sporting event, almost like they're still married, but they each have their own partners. And for whatever the dynamics is that separated them as husband and wife, they didn't separate them as family. And they celebrate every single holiday, every single event, with whatever significant other is in that other person's life. And the kid's life is just like, well, they get Christmas at dad's house, they get Christmas at mom's house, dad's girlfriend hooks me up, mom's boyfriend hooks me up. The mother and father, they get along, they have conversations. And, the first time I saw that dynamic, I was like, wow, how does that happen? And when the when the woman said that the reason why she left her husband wasn't because she didn't love him, it's because she couldn't live with his disease of alcoholism. That he was a good father, he was a good man. The only thing is he made a choice on where he really spent his life, and there's more of a relationship with the bottle than with his wife. He was always there, he was always present with his children, but he just couldn't stop drinking, and she couldn't stand it. She was so afraid that one day that, she was going to get that phone call that, he had either taken someone else's life or that he had lost his life, or he was, someone rolled him over in Philadelphia and whatever. And she said she didn't want to live that life, but she did not allow her kids nor her to have a life without him. And they were just mature. And the key thing is in a relationship, as much as the new partner wants to be involved in that life with that mother and that child, or that father with that child, it is up to the parents to establish the boundaries of how we're going to raise our child and how this relationship is going to be. Now, if you got 2 mature people, then the dynamics of having a healthy family dynamics can work. But if you got 2 individuals that one is still in love with the other and they won't let the other one go, there's always going to be drama. And at that point, just like anything else, you got to separate the good from the bad. And sometimes separating that good and the bad means that he has to be on the outside. It is not our place as that plus one in that person's life in order to run interference until interference allows us to be present. Now, if it gets to the point that you have to step in to protect your partner, then that's nature's way of thinning out the herd.
Mm. You know, and on my mom's side of the family, we're like that, where there's been different divorces, but there are kids involved, even if they're grown, and you'll be there, your ex will be there with their new person, and you know we'll be there with our new person and the kids. And we had some friends come one to a big cookout we had one day, and they were like, "Well, wait a minute, Marcy, is that your ex?" I'm like, "Yeah." Is that your father? Yeah. That's your stepmom? Yeah. And they were naming, they were like, well, wait a minute, how does that work? And we're like, there are kids involved. And even though the couples couldn't get along to stay together, they have to be cordial because of the children. And
Right.
then they had been in the family for so long, it was like, that's still uncle and still aunt. And okay now. And you know, and like you said, it's there. You have to be mature to be able to do that.
You know what? You guys are saying you have to be mature to do that. It just to me, it's not. It doesn't mean you have to be mature. To me, it means if that's what you want in your life. I was very mature. I haven't spoken to my ex-husband in over 30 years. And I'm very mature because I made that mature choice to step out of a situation that was negative on my children and how it was going to affect them as they got older. That was the maturity for me. It wasn't that let's intermingle and we can still, you know, co-parent and be around. I didn't want him around me. I didn't want I didn't want my new husband's wife to. I didn't want. She used to ask me out to dinner. I didn't want to go out to dinner with her. What are we going to talk about? What the size of his D? No. You stay over there and I'll stay over here. That was not for me.
Right, and
I mean,
it's different strokes for different folks. You know, it just
exactly.
depends on the different dynamics. If it was really, I'm sorry. Oh, you're
Greg,
muted.
you're muted.
Greg, you're muted.
But if it's
I know
a toxic relationship, no.
You know
The
what?
women on here
It's
talking
just,
about women on here talking about. Marcy was talking about different strokes. Gina over here talking about. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with the women?
We're gonna talk about size. What you
maybe we should black out, guys. I don't know. Let them talk.
Well, you know, but you guys are saying it's the maturity level of the person. I don't think it's necessarily the maturity level. I think it's what you choose that you want in your life.
It could have been. It could have been exactly. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. It could have been the way the situation went down between you and your ex.
Right.
That is fine and dandy. If you decide not to speak to them for 100 years, that's on you.
Right.
But I always thought this: if we got kids involved, you know, that can't happen. It can't happen.
Well, we had kids involved, and you know what? When he wanted to see him, I shipped him on out there where he was. And if he wanted them,
put holes in boxes.
if he wanted them for Christmas, they could go. I never kept them from him, but I didn't want to co-parent like that.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't.
And that's what it comes about.
Examples of strife. Handling strife is my whole thing, because they're going sooner or later going to be adults, and you gotta be careful what you do, because you gotta make sure that they see you at your best as much as possible.
And I never spoke negative of him.
Exactly.
I never did anything negative towards him. When he called, he didn't have to call me. He could call them. He could talk to them. They were old enough to have a conversation with him without me being the middle person. Now, there's some situations where one of the parents is always in between, and that was the situation with my late husband's ex-wife. She always had to be there when there was anything being done with the children, no matter what it was. But don't bring Gina though. So that
well, you know
means
what that's about.
yeah. So I didn't want that kind of. I didn't want that in my life either. So
But it
we
sounds
didn't.
like you chose a dynamic that worked for you, Gina.
It did. It did. And you
I
know
mean,
what?
and
I
only thing, the
I,
only
I
thing,
want to go back to what Kevin said. The reason that she left the marriage was because of alcoholism. I can't see where we're gonna still hang out and be friends and kick it together is changing any dynamic of what she left.
well, y'all already know what I went through, so I mean, that's a
And
whole different thing. That's a whole nother step. You know what I
and
mean?
with me,
Y'all
my
say hello to
parents.
Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Hi,
My
Angie.
my parents separated when I was 6 months, and then my dad. I want to say I was like maybe about 8 or so when he remarried, and my stepmom during the time when they were dating. When my dad would come get us, we would go, sometime go to her house. So I was raised with all of her nieces and nephews. And then once they got married, my mom, my dad, and my stepmom raised my sister and I. So when there were school functions and things of that nature, we had 3 parents there. And to this day, my two moms, my dad is deceased, but my two moms are still close. We go and do things together, and they would sit together. And I was grown when it hit me when friends would
That's
ask.
rare. That's
Yeah,
rare.
and see, we didn't realize that because that's how we were raised. Whereas, like, my mom was his past, my stepmom was his present and his future. And friends would be like, that's your mom, yeah, that's your stepmom, yeah, that's your dad, yeah, that's your mom. They keep at, we're like, yeah, yeah. And we didn't, not until we were grown when we started hearing horror stories of how, parents and step parents don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
Then we finally understood why we were asked so many times. I'm just as close to my stepmom as I am my mom.
You
That's
know
a
why
good,
you were
that's a
asked so
really
many
good
times?
relationship.
You know why
Pardon
you
me?
were asked so many times? It's because
Why?
people like drama. It's like anything else. People don't want
Yeah.
to see you get along. They don't want to see you happy because when they look at the space that they're in, it's not like yours. And so
Yeah,
they
right.
want everyone to share the same pain. And, life is about chance and choice.
Mhm.
Your people took a chance and they made choices and look how you turned out.
Mhm.
You're
Perfect. Yeah.
you're fine. You're a lot more open-minded. Some
Mhm.
people do not have the
That's
heart
great.
to welcome other people into their life, and some people don't have enough hindsight to look beyond the other side of the pillow.
Mhm.
You
And
got
and
lucky.
I thought
and
I
that's
heard.
why you hit the nail on the head, Kevin. I didn't want drama. I didn't want any drama in my life. I didn't want
Yeah.
any of the negativity that I left my ex for to
Mhm.
spill over into my children. And what I want to say, really, bottom line is, if you're okay with it, then be okay with it. Like, don't
Mhm.
go into a situation like that because you want to be accepted in the family, or you
Mhm.
want to be accepted in this relationship and how it's it's made up. You have to be okay with doing it. Don't If you're not okay with doing it, don't accept something that you don't want to deal with.
Correct. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
believe the hype. Look, check this out, y'all. Here's another opinion. All right, y'all, check this out. We'll be right back.
What's up, YouTube? This is Very, Very Virgo, and I'm here with a quick tip about dealing with your spouse's baby mama or baby daddy drama based on my experiences and perspective. Now, when dealing with this type of drama, my advice is to be strategic and not emotional. First, you have to determine if this relationship that you are in is worth you continuing to be there and support them through this frustrating situation. If your spouse is allowing themselves and you to be constantly disrespected, or if you think something criminal may eventually happen, this may not be something you want to stick around for. So think of this analogy. If your spouse went to prison for something you had nothing to do with, you cannot go into the jail with them and do their time with them. You would just have to be that supportive system that helps them get through that time, or you will move on. So when it comes to your spouse's ex, that problem is your spouse's problem and not yours, because you had nothing to do with it. Of course, you should be there for them and encourage them and be a shoulder to lean on, and also assert yourself if you fear your spouse is allowing things to happen that they shouldn't. But other than that, remove yourself emotionally from the situation. When it comes to your spouse's children, you should definitely treat them with the same love and care that you would want for your own children. But when it comes to their ex, if they are bringing drama, that is something that you do not have to put up with. We tend to act off emotion, and it puts us in situations that we wouldn't be in if we had a planned strategy. For the most part, the person bringing the drama is looking for any reason to bring that drama. So when you remove this person completely from your life by not interacting with them, you give them nothing to grab a hold to and run with. Continue to love and care for the child or children, and remember that they are the innocent party and do not deserve to be punished because their parents don't get along anymore. So if you love your spouse and they are worth you staying in their life, even though your emotions may be saying, I want to fight this person, take a step back and be a person from the outside looking in and be strategic with your actions and help your spouse to be strategic with their actions as well. The simple and obvious solutions on how to remove your emotions from the situation include things like not answering your spouse's phone when their ex calls. Don't go with them when they pick up their kids, or if you do, don't get out of the car to make yourself seen, because again, if you give this person anything to feed off of, they're going to take it and run with it. If you do these things, when any drama arises, you will be playing from a strategic standpoint and not an emotional one, which will be more helpful for your spouse than you being right there on the front lines in the mess with them. If this advice was helpful, give the video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments,
I'm gonna tell you every single thing she said not to do. She probably did it. She sounded like she did it.
That's the reason why you have these comments. You learn from experience.
Yeah, she sounded like she did all of that. She picked up her spouse's phone. She went to the house. She was.
That's too much drama, man.
Okay, I'm like, oh no.
Look,
When you
I'm gonna tell you something.
have to
If
do
you
all that,
live like that, you might as well go in the opposite direction.
there you
might as
go.
well
That's
go
what I
on.
was saying,
Yeah.
Moby.
Yeah.
Don't even get
It ain't-
into it.
Trust, life is too short.
Some
to be
people
running around.
want everybody to know that they're the alpha. You know what I mean? They want everybody to know, hey, I'm running stuff. Okay, when it comes to this, oh no, she didn't. Oh, I can't with you. All of this stuff. Come on, man, get out of here with that.
And
she
then
did
too,
all
on
of
the
that.
other hand, I do understand wanting to meet the new person if they're going to be around your child. Also, kind of like sometime, just to see. But then too, you gotta you need to trust your ex.
Yeah, and that was the point. That's the way I went about it. Marcy, I never met my ex's new girlfriend. He even remarried, but I still sent my kids there because I trust the fact that he was their father and he was not going to harm them.
Exactly. Hey, Angie says that she get along pretty good with all of her exes. Marriage didn't work out, but we all good now. I mean, that's. I'm not going to even say a rare occasion. It happens like that. I'm friends with my exes. All of them.
They act for a reason in my book.
All of them.
Well, I'm friends with my ex now. At the beginning, we weren't. I would talk to his new wife.
750.
To relay messages. I couldn't talk to him. Every time we talked, we would, get into it. And one day, that little light bulb hit. And I called him. I said,
we knew it was light. It wasn't a dark bulb. We knew it was a light. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And so I was like, can you put him on the phone? I said, look, we got a child. We're adults. We don't have to like each other, but we have to be. We need to be cordial because I don't want one day for him to hear me talking to you in that manner or you talking to me in a certain manner, and let's just be cordial. And so that's how we were, and we end up being good friends. We still talk. He's divorced, but even when I talk to him or he talks to me, if his girlfriend that he's with now, I'm like, hey, tell her I said hey, and she's in the background. Hey, Marcy, and we've never met. But at first,
y'all gonna be cool because y'all ain't never met though.
Wait till she meets you. Because that's how his ex-wife was, and then she met me. She's like, oh, she's cute.
Not saying you per se. I'm just saying wait till the other person.
Yeah, sometime, yeah. So, but yeah, it's just different people.
All of my exes wound up with dudes that were far less attractive than me, and They
You said lesser. Boy,
Yes, he
smart.
did.
and the guy, I could be, come visit my step kid and this and that. Oh boy, sizing me up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
He said, I ain't nobody letting them keep on moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's okay. That's all right though. No, I'm just joking. Look, there's a lot of these, you got the Maury show. You had all of these shows that have all of these relationship problems and issues and this and that. Would you go on one of those?
Hell no.
That is so no. That stuff just
that makes
hype.
all of us look so daggone bad. It ain't even funny.
Ghetto.
Yeah, but that that's the thing that's kicking now. Ghetto this, ghetto that. So I mean, well, it was anyway.
You know every flower reaches for the sun. When you have shows like that, that's a low lying fruit. That's the stuff that falls there. This easy pickings, and this reason
Yeah.
why, those shows exist. It's because
And they instigate.
sensationalize a narrative that does not exist for everyone that looks like us.
And generalizes everybody's life based on these people the way they act.
Marcy, what about you and the white people? What do you think?
I don't know what the white people think. I'm black. I can only tell you what, and then I don't know what all black people think. I can only,
He just went more Portage on us.
Okay.
He's so special.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get to some more questions. I just want to find that out because I turned my head to the left.
So does anybody listening have any questions?
They ain't got no questions. I still want to know why Fontaine put the sad face up, though. Angie said it's rare and most people can't believe it, but respect it. As far as the marriage not working out, but everybody's all good. You can be friends with your ex, man.
That's why you need to stay in your own lane and not worry about what other people think. That's your relationship, your life. Because at the end of the day, when your lights are off, not everybody else's.
As long as you got that green paper bag, green plastic bag. Have you all ever? I want to call it a mercy. I can't say the word. I can, but I ain't. A mercy date, and went out there and went with somebody, because you felt bad for them. Went out there. Y'all wound up having that compromising position, and you regretted it. Hey, what's up, Brenda?
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Let you answer that question first, Greg.
You really did. Look, I call them jump offs. All right.
Call them what?
Jump offs. And
mercy date.
So you go on this date. You go to a place where none of your friends know about, and probably it's way off the radar. All right. And you're taking her out there, proudly, hoping nobody see you. And you're going back. She ordered from that side of the menu. All right. And
so what happens, Greg?
Huh? You go ahead and do it, but
I think that's a man's thing.
It's a woman's thing too. Byron Patton, hey, what's up, bro? He said, yeah, and you justify it by saying that beauty is just a light switch away.
You really think a woman? I don't know if women would go on a mercy date.
Well,
come on, Gina.
Well, let me say this, and I'll share it. I don't like sharing.
Go ahead.
Which card is that, Kevin?
It's not even a card.
Okay.
I went through a time when my first heartbreak that being immature and angry, it brought out the dog in me. I dated a young lady because every good-looking girl that I had dated because of what I was doing in life or whatever broke my heart.
Speak it, bro. Come on.
So it was this one girl. She was a head of a modeling agency, and that's the only thing that she was a head of. She had a banging body, but her face you can only appreciate at night.
But see what he said. But her face.
But I thought, I said, something, I'm looking for someone that's going to love me. And I said, she doesn't have to have beauty on the outside I was looking for. And she was just as fucked up as everybody else.
Oh.
And I
See?
said I would never do that again. But that was a transition in my life when I didn't understand who I was at that time. And I was looking for an answer, and I was looking for the answer in all the right places. And it wasn't until I found out she did the same thing to me that every girl had done to me before that I woke up. And it said, you know, I had to get someone that was that had a higher value character, that was on a level and looking at life on the level that I was looking at life. But you know, this came. I mean, I had to get a restraining order from, you know, once I broke up with her.
And
It was
you
bad.
learn the lesson. It doesn't matter the looks. It matters the person inside. And
You're
you
exactly right.
hear people say that, well, I'm dating women because men didn't treat me right. Well, I bet you dated some women that didn't treat you right too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But you want to know the funny thing about this story? You want to know the funny thing about this story? And this will probably happen with Mo and Greg and you, Gina and Marcella. You'll probably do this too. Every time I took her out, my buddies will pull me aside and says, Mac, what's up with you and Pam? I'm going, what do you mean? He goes, you know what I mean. What's up? And I'm going, what do you mean? He goes, Pam. I'm going, what does that mean? And until we actually broke up, they were like, Mac, she was butt ugly. You know, we kept trying to tell you. It's like it was like you didn't see her. And I never looked at her as far as her face wise. I kept trying to find her heart, and her heart was in the witness protection program, and it wasn't with me.
Just wanted something to eat and a good time.
I was looking for love in all the wrong places.
And you thought because she was unattractive that she would appreciate somebody who treated her right.
Yep.
You know, and all of this, and she was, like you said,
just
the
like
same
the rest
way.
of them. Just like the rest of them.
And you know,
look, let me tell you. Go ahead, Marcy, because
Greg and Chris made that comment before that they'll appreciate you more, and that's not necessarily true.
It's not necessarily true. You're right. And I didn't date, but back when I was doing my show, we used to go to all of these clubs across the country and make appearances, right? So I would always stay up in the VIP section because I didn't want to get involved with nobody. All right. But there was this girl, you know, and to Byron's point, when them lights come on, man, you regret a whole lot. There was this girl, she was, man, had this nice dress on, you know, the booty was pow, everything was ting ting. And I was like, I'm going to
like
I'm gonna hang out with her, man. She had the hair, she was, you know,
turning around in the train wreck.
No, not yet. So we got on the dance floor and we danced, you know, we was dancing and kissing on the floor and this and that. Just met her, dancing and everything. So I didn't drink, but when them lights came on, she still looked okay. She was cool. So I said, okay, my boy's up there in the balcony. I'm like, okay, dude, don't worry about it. I said, this is gonna be my jump off.
How you doing, Greg?
I was gonna say, was it a man?
Maurice, all of that was cool. Got her back to the crib. I'm telling you, got her back to the crib, and this is I'm gonna go play a portion of this. Is what I saw.
Hey y'all, I know.
Okay, so I saw her before the spray. Okay,
dang.
Oh.
No, I know she had the spray on when I took her to her crib.
It was.
I stayed the entire night. My guy's just calling. Well, I'm sorry, paging, and I got up. This chick, you remember?
I'm gonna get you sucker where she pulled off a leg,
no, it wasn't
flipped off her eyes.
With the feet.
She had a patch on her eye. It was a whole patch that was covered with makeup, right? There's a whole patch on her face, and my son said, Dad, you look for anything to leave, man. I jetted. All right. I was gone. Okay. They didn't have Uber or nothing like that, man. I called a cab. I waited on the 2 blocks away. I was like, I gotta go. He's like, where? I mean, where, it was cold too. But I walked, man. I was like, I got to get out of here. He said, well, can I get your number? I'm like, deuces. All right, I'm gone.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. Okay, that's just like the cuffing season. All right, you work them, you get them. You get them, but then you regret it. I regret that I treated her that way. So, girl with the patch on your face, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You liar.
She thought she had to come up though, man. I wasn't coming back.
And again, I still think it's a man's thing. I don't think women have sympathy dates. For what?
Yeah,
For
I
what
see a
purpose?
I see a lot of beautiful women with guys that should not be with them. Humpty Dumpty.
Why? Why?
Well, when they pull up in the Bentley, you know why.
Huh?
They may be good to them. They may have a good heart.
Yeah, have a good heart.
Whatever.
And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. They might think, who knows?
Yeah,
but you know what?
Okay. Explain. Check this out. You know, you think about these rappers. Some of these rappers look like they got ran over 2 or 3 times by trains. You know, and they pulling the baddest everything. Them chicks ain't nothing, but they in it for the money. And someone will tell you that.
But that's not a sympathy date. That's a gold digger.
That's called an investment.
And don't have no babies, boy. You see all that drama going off with one child. That's
called a mutual fund.
My child is used to having a $10,000 birthday party celebrating every month of their birth.
And spent $10.
That's called return on investment.
You know. That's ridiculous.
ROI. So you be careful who you're with.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You know, these one night stands or some of these sympathy days kids show up out of them, you know.
Hey, I always put the uniform on my soldier. I don't send him out.
Covering him up. Put the hat on.
If I offended anyone, I apologize, but I'm saying I'm protected.
Strap it up, Flippy.
If I offended anyone, especially the patch face girl, I'm sorry.
Do you still have her picture up?
No, never got it. I never had a picture.
Now that stuff that lady was spraying on her face supposedly, isn't that same stuff that they was using under the eyes probably last year? Sometimes it was really hot.
I like to see that product.
And the product they stuck up under the eye, and it, you know, remember the lady had
the lady who had with her dad or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's real.
I don't
know about this.
I don't know what's whole phrase.
She went back to being 18. I can go back to being 30
without putting all that stuff on, right?
Yeah.
Without using the spray. Hey, so what's up, Natalie, Lady Shutterbug Murphy? Byron,
but you know,
many times the mercy person can be unattractive but have sexual superhero skills, and a whole lot can be overlooked. He is absolutely positive. Right. He is right. Byron, yes, high five, bro. High five. Because
I'm going to tell you
for a certain time, after a certain time, you turn over and you look like.
What happens when you do like
this?
I do? Hey, what happened when you do like this? What happens when you do like this, Greg? And you turn around and look over there, go.
All the emotions just speed out. Right? But hey, look, I'm telling you, Byron just told the truth. Okay, they are doing it for lifetime. I mean, they doing it. Boy, you don't know. They will whip it. Y'all ladies, y'all don't know. They will whip it on you, man, because they doing it because they saying this might be my last chance. This might be my last chance. He might like me. It might be my last chance, and they do it. I mean, I'm telling you, sprinkles be falling out the air.
You send me those women because I'm going to have a talk with them. I don't care what they look like. They self-esteem should not be that low.
It's too late.
It's not too late.
Too late. They probably moved on to successful relationships and everything. God bless them. All right, but I know whoever got them, they had a good time in that bedroom. Whoever real, definitely. And that's if I disrespected anybody or said anything.
Yeah, I make my point. You see what I said? When you got a woman that's happy, every other woman will bring her in the kitchen and says, "Girl, let me tell you how to do this. You're doing this all wrong. Don't do this. Don't do this, and whatever. This is the way you got to treat that man. This is the way you got to train your dragon." Yeah. Go ahead, pull her in the kitchen and ruin her relationship.
Train her. Listen here. Go ahead.
I ain't never had nobody do me like that because I'm not listening to that mess.
Speaking of a manipulative man, Steven Speaks. Check him out.
So let me give you a story real quick. All right. I remember one time there was a guy I knew, and he was dating this woman, and to my understanding, he was doing his thing on the side, right? And one day, I guess the woman found out. Maybe a girl called her or she saw messages somewhere. I don't know. But she found out She calls him on the phone. And at this moment, he's in my presence while he's on the phone, while she calls him. So now she's arguing with him and they're going back and forth and they're yelling, boom, boom, boom. Well, she's mainly yelling at him. But before you know, I start paying attention. He starts screaming at her. Now he's yelling at her. And so now they're going back and forth, back and forth. But by the end of the conversation, he's the more dominant one as far as attacking, arguing, yelling, cursing. And I can tell that she has now become more docile. And so by the end of the conversation, this man hangs up the phone. He looks at me. Mind you, he was just all in a rage, right? He looks at me and he falls out laughing. That is just a perfect example of how some men will manipulate the situation and turn everything on you. All right. So you caught him doing something wrong, but somehow it ends up being about you. He lied to you about something, but now it ends up being about you. He's acting inappropriately, but now he's accusing you of acting inappropriately. Men who are playing games, these types of men, and let me make it very clear, not all men play these games. Not all men are doing this nonsense. So do not project this onto all men. But are there men who are behaving in this dysfunction? Absolutely. And those men are very good at turning the tables on you, making it about you. They have learned how to successfully take the spotlight off of them and put it on you. Now understand something. A guy who's serious about you isn't, I'm not going to sit here and say a genuinely good dude has never gotten defensive. All right. I'm not going to say that a genuinely good dude who loves you has never inappropriately threw something back at you when you attacked them. But that's the key word. If they felt attacked, then yes, it can set the stage for that. And that's why it's always important, why I always encourage you guys to express yourself in a more calm manner, to not attack, even though, yes, some addressing certain issues can be labeled as attack by people who don't want to have to talk about it, who don't want to have to own up to it, all right? But you have to be honest with yourself when you know you came with the right energy versus you lashed out and attacked. Because sometimes you're accusing, and in some situations, he may have not done anything wrong. So his retaliation is because he feels like he has to defend himself, all right? But I don't want to deviate too far from the main point here, because many of you have experienced or seen when the man is intentionally turning the tables on you. And when he does that, when he is unwilling to own what you want to address first, then that's a huge problem. And that's definitely a sign of a guy who's playing you and a guy you need to stay away from. Hey, thank you for...
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Hey, Byron says, real quick, I didn't press it right, I'm sorry. Byron says he used to know one who could spring anyone she got with. She could have you looking for her with two hands and a flashlight in the daytime.
Damn.
And keep in mind,
that's sunshine.
Yeah, right. And keep in mind that sexual superheroes come in both genders, Gina, $600. So, narcissism. I'm just saying, guys can do it too. It could be, because I used to look, there was this guy a long time ago. I was at this job, and this guy had this curl when curls were done. He had a curl. He had a biggie eye. Okay, one of them biggie small cock eyes.
A biggie eye.
He was big. He was kind of big and out of shape, but his girlfriend was gorgeous. She was beautiful.
Money, 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 money.
Is that what was happening?
He was the sexual hero. You know what he mean.
So sometimes he had to walk funny.
The only thing that
we had to pay for
listening to Stephen say this, and through the people I research when I got done, 1,500 people that I had conversations with in order to put my book together, and I was nervous because majority of the women were going after guys for sport. I thought it would be the other way around. And the one thing that I learned from being married to an attorney, and this applies to relationships, when you have a disagreement, especially when you get caught wrong and you watch people, lawyers say when you have the facts, you pound on you talk nothing but the facts. When you don't have a ground to stand on, you pound on the table. And what happens is when you flip the script on trying to say it's because it's your fault this happened or whatever the case may be, all you're doing is redirecting the conversation to the person that's going to be submissive to the point or the conversation at hand. And that's the reason why when he's talked about people being manipulative, it's the fact that sooner or later one of the people are going to back down.
Byron says he might have been able to lick his eyebrows.
Silly.
There goes the superhero there.
Right.
I want to do a show one day where we all bring our significant others onto the show.
Not going to happen.
I've already done it.
And we let them talk about us. I want to do a show.
So I'll be the host.
Huh? No,
I'll be the host. I'm not booed up.
I'll buy you one. Don't worry about it.
No, you ain't gonna do nothing. Don't buy me nothing.
I'll rent you a significant other.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Look,
Kevin, you said it's not going to happen.
No, why would I go there? I don't like putting my business out in the street. Some of the stuff I talk about is entertainment, but I don't want that, and I don't want to put my ex, because I have children, in that lane. Because one of the things I tell my kids, whatever your mom tells you, that's the only conversation you're going to get. I'm not supporting it, not denying it, and whatever. That's between you and your mother. I show you by example of the man that your mother married and how I deal with my kids and how I deal with their mother. There has not been a day that since we've been divorced, I have not sent her a card, Christmas card, recognized or told her on my children's birthday how much I appreciate her. She has yet to return that favor, but that's on her, not me.
Okay, we won't do that show then. I'm sorry.
No, you can do the show. I'm a co-host with Marcella.
I like a particular. Well, maybe you guys can do it to each other. Y'all not do it to each other. My bad.
Wait, what?
I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying you guys have a love-hate relationship on this show. Okay, so
no, we don't.
No, we don't.
Okay, there it is, Greg.
Greg's going to be the antagonist. He's going to keep stuff going until something gets going.
Yeah, trying to.
Not going to happen, Greg.
Thank you. Yeah, you need to go elsewhere.
Do we have a J Real? Do we have a J Real moment?
Yes, we do. We definitely have a J Real moment.
Way to go, Mo.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Definitely need some life coaching in here.
Real. Bail us out, all right? Bail me out. Shit. Anyway, here we go.
What's up, y'all? Life Coach Jeff coming to you live just for a real quick video. Before I get into some things here. So, this is what I got for y'all today. Take time just to show yourself some grace today. A lot of times what we tend to do is we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We might have different projects or we might have different things that we're working on, but we want to be perfect at it. But you have to remember, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So, get your thoughts together. You know what I always say. Redirect, regroup, refocus, Shift your mindset, one good one. Get your thoughts together. Do some self-discovery, and then assess the call to action. It's okay to take a step back, you know what I mean? Sometimes, and to say, all right, maybe I don't have it all together. Okay, maybe I can't get my thoughts to work this way or that way. You know what? Let me breathe in, breathe out. Let me woosah this bad boy, one good one, and let's get back to the program. It's nothing to do that. But I challenge y'all, start showing yourself some grace. Start giving yourself some credit, because everything you do does matter. I don't care how small the move is or how big the move is when you have a goal. It all lines up and will make sense in the end game. So, show yourself some grace, continue to learn, and do everything in stride. Always make sure that you're making the right move, but don't beat yourself up if you think it's the wrong move. You learn from it, keep it moving, and we there. Life Coach Jeff coming to you live. Remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out.
Let me back, J Real.
Hey, the Cure Tour is making a pit stop in Hammond, Indiana this weekend, I believe.
Yes.
And, you all need to go check it out. And
I thought it was
a lot of good advice.
This Saturday coming up.
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try.
I already have one, but I mean,
hey, I was looking at this show, and it's on Netflix. I'm not gonna get the name of it, but I'll say Netflix because I want Netflix to give us some
Mhm.
some shine. And there was this guy, and it's going to lead to a question. There was this guy and this girl. Now the couple, the people, they couldn't see each other, so they had to connect on a mental basis, on a let's talk basis. They had to get to know each other. So there was this black couple, and at the end of the process, the people got a chance to ask, "Is somebody playing cartoon music?"
I am.
Okay. Somebody had the chance to ask the other to marry them. Okay. Will you marry me? They say yes. Then they finally see each other. All right. Then they go to Mexico. So the couple went to Mexico. Long story short, the black guy did not tell the girl that said, yes, I'll marry you. He didn't tell the girl that, hey, he dated men and he dated women before, but he loves her. He really cares about her. And the question is, would you guys, now the lady was trying to work it out, but he got really defensive. All right. Would you guys try to work something like that out? You connected on a mental level now. And now all of a sudden this bombshell was dropped. He's not doing dudes anymore, okay? But he's doing, he's there, but he wanted to be transparent. Would you guys, women, and men, same thing for the opposite way. Would that be a deal breaker? Women?
Who asking?
You.
Everybody. Huh?
Would that be a deal breaker?
You guys already know my answer. I gave a scenario last week. I wouldn't get involved in that because
I wouldn't
because what happens is it's like Baskin Robbins. If you like 31 flavors, it's hard to settle for strawberry when that's only thing you have to offer. As much as you may decorate and take care of whatever, every now and then your natural instincts are going to kick back in. I want someone that in my life that only wants to be with me.
I wouldn't be able to do that either. And that's a question I do ask if you've ever been with someone of the same sex. And interesting enough, one guy did tell me, he's like, yeah. He said I was in the military, I was in trouble, and the sergeant or whoever told him, look, you got to do this. Otherwise, you're getting ready to go to the brig or whatever they call it. And I was like, oh. And I was
ultimatum.
Hey, I was like, okay, I'm out. I was like, I didn't return any more calls. And I'm like, don't come to my house. Don't come see me.
Hey, the boy was ACDC. And I didn't want to have
it was just that one time. And no, I'm not that way. I said, no.
That's what your mouth say. We don't know what you were saying at that time.
Okay, so come on, guys.
I want to make it clear. I'm not homophobic. I just know what I want.
Understood. But guys, come on, guys. Your woman say, okay, look, I love you, but I slept with other women. Most guys gonna be like, well,
really?
Where she live at?
What if she was on the foot? Well, she was on the other foot, Greg. What if what if the girl you met want you to introduce her to the dude that you slept with?
Oh no, I ain't sleeping with no dude.
I was like, oh, wait.
I'm just saying, you said you want to meet the other chick. What if she want to meet the other dude?
Greg, like, wait a minute, why you put me in that?
I don't know how that came through, but
no, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a scenario. It's
Moby, you know something you want to tell us?
I mean, am I nipples poking through my shirt or something?
Look, inquiring minds want to know.
Hypothetical.
What?
Hypothetical scenario.
Look at Gina.
Gina's dying.
Because number one, Gina know her brother. Number two, she's trying to figure out what the hell you talking about.
No, this is a hypothetical scenario.
Hey, hypothetical with Kevin.
My imagination doesn't go there.
Wait.
Okay.
Slow the road.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'm doing like y'all always do.
Okay, Maurice, let me ask you the question.
Ask me the question.
Would you introduce Marianne to your other dude that's plugging your ass? Okay,
Okay, why you have to put it like
Hell
that?
to the no. First of all, I wouldn't be into that, you know.
I gotta breathe. Stop.
Okay, no, I'm choking.
He straight
Like,
up,
okay,
he straight
just
up
got
put me in
tight.
California. You see that?
I'm
He
sorry,
put
bro.
me on Venice Beach. You see this one? He put me there quick, boy. Yeah. No, man,
I'm just
Can we
being
go to the
devil's
next question, please?
yeah.
The devil's
I'm cool on
advocate.
that. I'm cool on that one, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you wasn't a second ago.
Oh, Lord, okay. Where is my
Hey,
inhaler and my oxygen machine? I'm gonna need all that today.
So look, if you had a tattoo of Maurice, you had a tattoo of Ralph on you, all right. Okay, let me stop. All right, if you had a tattoo, if you had the naked HD XYZ, man,
See, y'all invited him in.
Greg's just tired.
Okay.
Greg's just tired.
we're not gonna finish the show, y'all know that, right?
Y'all invited him in.
I just asked one question.
All right, Marcel. Time
That
for you
was
to
more.
take over the hosting.
That was more than a
Marcella,
question.
take over the hosting duties.
Okay, so the next question.
As soon as that question was asked, XYZ came back on and said, "Ah, this is a perfect time now. Naked HD. Let's go. Let's go."
Okay, so another question. I saw on a relationship site, they said, you know how women are able to go out and have abortions. So does that make it okay for a man if a woman decides, I don't want to have a child or have anything to do with this child and have an abortion? Is it okay for the man to say, if the woman decides to keep the baby, I don't want to have anything to do with that baby, so I'm not going to pay child support?
Wow.
Not at all. Not at all.
That wasn't the baby choice.
Do the crime, you gotta do the time. Okay.
And they tried to make that as though they're similar.
It's not similar at all.
And not at all. Not at all.
No. She had if she wants to have an abortion, you know, I don't agree with abortions. I don't. Okay. If I did it, let's have that baby. She's gonna do what she's gonna do. But if she decides to have that baby, I gotta take the responsibility. I've been hit like that before. Okay. So I would prefer for that child to live, and I will take care of whatever I have to take care of. I've done it, so that's something everybody don't know about me. I've done it, okay, and it's I felt better morally because of it. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay.
Maurice, what about you and your dude?
Haha, very funny, Negro.
No, look, I clown Maurice a lot, okay? I clown Marcella a lot. I can't clown Gina because she'll stab my ass, okay? But
you don't know Marcella too well either.
Going in those cars.
But see, Gina know how to get to me, okay? You don't, all right?
Okay.
Gina can find me. But I clown these guys because we've been around each other forever. I've been knowing these guys forever. All right. It seems like I know Kevin forever. Okay, so Kevin, your clowning time is coming real soon.
Kevin said, I thought it was here already.
I thought it's been happening for 5 weeks now.
Oh, no, that's been the generic seasoned salt version. Okay, when I get that Lowry seasoned salt on your ass, you gonna know what's happening.
Oh no, not the Lowry.
Not the Lowrys.
That's okay. I'll
These
speak
are the
to you some
McCormicks and the Lowrys. Oh Lord have mercy.
That's okay. I can hold my own.
I know you can, bro. I know you can. Some things I'd say, go ahead, Marcella. Damn.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
No, I'm listening to you.
So what are your views on being married and living in different households? Do you think that can work?
Yes.
Living in different households and you're married?
Yes. Why not? Here's the thing.
Why?
Here's the thing. If you got a business, if you're doing your business and this and that, and your business dictates that you have to be gone a lot, right, which my business does, then I'm going to have a place there, and I'm going to have a place that I call home, all right? And she knows she signed up for. She got 2 places to go. Vacation home and
home.
There you go. Kevin, you feel me, right?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, what do you
I'm
think?
not joking. I'm totally serious.
Gina, what do you? Well, okay, so let's take out the dynamic of you're a very busy entrepreneur or businessman, and you're working in the same city.
I can't. I don't know what to tell you. I can only do.
You haven't experienced that.
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, if you're married and you're living in the same place, that's a conversation that needs to be had. But coming into a relationship when you know that, your partner, your husband is bi-coastal or
right, that's different.
State, that's something you've got to understand. As long as she's got a key, I got a key, and I come home anytime I want to, and she understands why I got to leave or whatever. Those are conversations you have before you say I do. And that's understanding. I mean, we've all had to do it. A lot of people, because of COVID, have to take jobs in other states right now, and they have many apartments. That's the reason why tiny living is so good right now, because it's economical to live in one place and then go home to your other place. Home is whoever you share the pillow with. It doesn't make a difference the location.
Right now, man, you better make up your mind because of the. It's going to take about $100 for your tank to get to the other house. Something else. But you know what? We did relationships today, man, and as always, we have great conversations when we do relationships. But I want to take this moment real quick. This is Women's History Month, and just for the last maybe 5 minutes now, I want to celebrate my sister Gina. Gina has done a lot. And she talks about it. We all talk about it, all right. But we need to know sometimes the struggle that someone goes through in order to get to where they're at, to their peace, all right. I'm gonna tell you, my sister has gone through it. She's had a lot of negative things that happen that she's had to battle through. She won that battle, and she continues to not only go through those battles, but she continues to help people to achieve their dreams in the literary world. She'll give the shirt off her back to anybody. She'll I mean to a fault. Even sometimes I say, Gina, don't, and Gina does. All right. There was a time where, and I'm not going to tell it all, Gina. There was a time where her and I had a difference of opinion about a direction that she was going, and I told her, I said, well, Gina, this person is not looking out for you. Okay. She said, well, let's just see how it goes. All right. I mean, that's the kind of person she is. She's not going to get anybody who doesn't deserve it, but she's not going to come in anybody that she wants to help. That's what I'm trying to say. She really wants to help and make sure that everybody achieves their dream. I'm not asking her to say anything about her journey because I know her journey. I'm not asking her to say anything about her books because she knows what she's done. And if you haven't had an opportunity to even talk to my sister Gina, inbox her and ask her, can you talk to her, right? Because she will talk to you. She'll give you the benefit of her experience on what you're trying to do. And I think that in itself, as well as anybody on this panel, but I'm my sister, that in itself means a lot to people, just to say, well, hey, somebody understands that I'm trying to get to this point and they want to talk to me from their level. They want to talk to little old me, and Gina lets everybody knows that I'm not more special than you. I just continue to do what I did. I pursued my dream and it's working. And now I'm able to put you in a position where you can pursue your dream and make it work for you. It's a journey. And Gina, I know you like me. You don't really like it when people do that, but I celebrate
No, I don't.
celebrate you because you're Black. This is Women's History Month.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing, girl. I appreciate you.
Thank you, big bro.
All right.
Marcella is doing her thing too. Okay, Marcella's learning this this entertainment game, this media game, and
how'd you do the other day?
I can tell you, man, I have beat Marcella up. All right, I beat her up, but she's still standing there swinging. She's still standing there swinging back. All right, and sometimes with me, and I'm quite sure Kevin, Maurice, even Jeannie, you guys can relate to this. All right, you know your business, and you know how you want it to go. And sometimes if there's people that you're introducing into the business, you're not that nice. You're not that nice. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not the nicest guy in the world. I'm an asshole sometimes. But the thing is, it takes a person like Marcella to make you see that you don't have to be this. I'm just asking a question. Why are you like that? You don't have to be that Billy Goat Gruff with me. And I appreciate the fact that you accept me for all of my faults. I appreciate that. I am not what Maurice calls me, okay, but I am an asshole sometimes, and I know that I can be. So
You mean I call you my brother?
I appreciate Marcella for sticking in and hanging out, okay? Because believe me, I done swung at a lot of them and they done fell down, all right? You haven't fallen, so appreciate you, and a lot of good things coming. Trust me.
Amen.
But hold up.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Maurice, I got to say, this is my moment now, y'all. Maurice. All right. This is Women's History Month, Maurice.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking, dude. But hey, man, you know, we done been through the trenches, bro. You and I have been through the trenches, and
yeah.
To make a long story short, man, and Marcy, I don't know what that noise is. To make a long story short, you said that a
An
long
hour
time.
later.
Yeah. You're a brother, man. You've been a brother to me since high school, bro.
Yeah.
And, it's never gonna change. We can talk about each other. We can talk to each other. We can do whatever. Okay, it ain't gonna change. Okay, and I'm blessed today that we put you on this platform, this Dope Living TV Live platform. You're a little quirky. You're a little quirky now. All of a sudden, some music will pop up, and then you talk about Antarctica or some shit like that. Okay, but you my brother, dude.
That's
Always gonna be.
That's
Always
my
gonna be.
mind.
Let's go to Kevin here, bro. Kevin, but you laughing already, dude?
I'm gonna duck. I'm not gonna be like Marcy. I'm not gonna stand there. I'm gonna duck.
This is respect, bro. This is respect. Seriously,
It's the panel rope.
I knew nothing about you until Sister Gina introduced you. And then I dug in and I saw some things. Hold on. Byron says you're not an asshole, maybe an ass half, which means it'll take two of you to be an asshole. Okay, that's my guy too, Byron. I've been knowing him forever. Okay,
Woo, that Byron's a mess.
Dug into what you do, and I see that you genuinely, you got a good heart. You genuinely want to help people. You want people to get to a level that they didn't even expect themselves to get to, and a lot of people do not do that. A lot of people take their success and keep it to themselves. They don't believe in giving back. All right, you that dude, man. You that dude. You give back, and your heart is in the right place. And I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're here on the platform. Most definitely. Chris. Who else we got? Oh, Jeff.
Leave my little brother alone.
Jeff came on here scared. All right, Jeannie, you remember he was scared. Okay.
We gave him the 20 questions.
Yes, we grilled Jeff because he was a guest on the show as a life coach.
Okay.
We grilled him, and Jeff answered every single thing. He was afraid, but he answered every single thing. And after the show,
he's grown a lot.
He still brings a lot. But yeah, and being a life coach, you have to be spontaneous. You got to be on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
People ask you a question, got to be on the spot. And I told him after the show, I said, look, you're doing this because you want to do it. It's okay, but you're not telling people what to do. You're making them understand what they have to do for themselves. You're not telling anybody, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. You listen, and then you retort. And Jeff does that very, very, very well. Otherwise, he would not be here with us, all right? Seriously. But he came and he answered, and the questions that we had, did a great job. And Jeff is a person that I think everybody should go redirect, regroup, refocus. If I said it wrong, Jeff, in the wrong order, so what? But it's get the idea. Take 3 hours and put some words behind, some letters behind it. You'll be all right. You find Jeff. But Jeff is a great part. We've had Jay from Jay's Breakfast Club, Dr. Lori. We've had Ludine. We've had Ujimar.
Suzette.
Oh, most definitely. Suzette's so talented. And Nyla. We have, I'm not going to say have, we have a lot of support from a lot of talented people who are doing their things individually to make a difference. As we celebrate Women's History Month, I want to celebrate all of those women that have been on the show and all those women that are out there doing their thing to make their history. It's a beautiful thing, man, when we all come together and talk about things and give people a difference of opinion about things that are going on in the world and make them open up about themselves. So we here at WNT, we're not going to stop, even though I did trick y'all today. We're not going to stop. We are going to continue to do this. And, you know, if you don't like it, let us know. If you love us, continue, okay? Byron, you know, hey man, come on through, bro. Anytime you get ready. That's our punchline dude behind the scenes. And we expect a lot of good things coming. You know, it's the beginning of the second quarter coming up, and trust me, you're gonna see some great things coming out of this camp right here. And if you don't, again, let us know. We'll listen. Don't mean we're gonna do it your way, but we'll listen, all right? Byron says knowledge is currency. I went around the horn for y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all do it anyway. Go ahead, Mo. Get us out of here.
Well, we started on something really cool tonight. And the thing that I would like, I guess, put my 2 cents for everybody to remember, you don't have to go through any drama, but if you have a person that you're calling your significant other and you have, you know, a relationship with that person, like I had a real good relationship with my wife, and both of us had kids from previous marriages. And I guess it's the way we got rid of the drama. You know, we didn't allow it to ruin us. And she was right there with me 110, and I was there with her 110. If you got a strong person, it's not going through any drama. It wasn't for us. It was just like the other person didn't matter anymore. We did. So that's what I'll leave you with.
That's what's up, Marcella.
Regarding, excuse me,
What?
regarding relationships.
What'd you say?
Regarding relationships, know that just because you and your ex broke up and you didn't get along or it didn't work out does not necessarily mean that you have to have any animosity towards the other. And sometimes, yes, it is different and there is animosity, there's a lot of hurt. But when there are children involved, women, men, please don't badmouth your ex in front of the children. You can be cordial for the few minutes that you might be around each other, but for the sake of the children, try to stay cordial, be friendly, and then go your separate ways. But be mindful of the kids because that does affect the children. And for girls, little girls, hearing their daddy is a dog, their daddy is this, all negative things, that runs into their relationships as teenagers, as adults. And the same thing for the little boys, women, your sons are not your men. And that's what a lot of times, because they were hurt, the woman was hurt by a man and they have a son, they have a tendency to act as though that is the man.
That's their boyfriend.
I was hurt. Yeah, that's your boyfriend. That's your new man, your husband, or whatever. And I know this one will never hurt me. So just be very mindful of your children and what you would do to your children when there's negativity involved.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right. First, God, this has been an emotional day for me because Greg, you're the second person that recanted the conversation about the work that I do, and if it had not been for Gina, I wouldn't be here. And I appreciate all of you guys welcoming me into the Dope Living family. I came here the first week and I stayed for 4 days, not expecting to come back week 2. You know,
same here.
Greg turned around and said, "I'll see you Monday," and I'm going, "What does that mean?" And I've been here, and I'm loyal to a fault. And so, you know, you guys know me because you know I am what I am. So I want to, first go and say thank you to all of you guys, and don't limit Women's Day or Women's Month to the individuals that are on this panel because we have some great women on there. Mm-hmm. Recognize the woman that brought you into the world. Mm-hmm. Recognize your aunt. Recognize your grandmother that's passed on wisdom. Recognize your sister for the gift that she is and recognize that teacher that has sacrificed her time away from her family in order to improve the quality of your life. And understand this, a relationship has work attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Otherwise, you're just in a situation. If you're not willing to do the work, you're just passing time. Do not waste your time. Be a high value person and invest your time and expect a higher return on your investment. And I'm Kevin. I'll fade to black.
There you go.
All right.
Well, when it comes to relationships, excuse me, keep everybody out of your relationship.
That's it.
You know what? You're getting advice from this friend, and they're telling you he's no good. Leave your man, leave your husband, leave your wife.
And
Half
then
of
they
them
try to
don't
date
even,
them next
half of
week.
them don't have anybody themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're the one on the inside looking out. They're on the outside looking in. Don't let anyone dictate what you should do in your relationship. Step back, meditate, pray on it, and wait for God to tell you which direction to move in. No person can tell you what to do with your relationship. Stop running to your girlfriends, stop running to your family members, and you sometimes you have to step back in order to see things in your relationship. When you're in it, it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
see things. Take a trip, leave for a week, and you're going to be able to see a lot of things more clearly. That's all I have to say.
That's
Man,
good.
let me tell you, man, God has truly blessed me because I got a good one. All right. And I said I wasn't going to look for one. I was going to let one find, let God bring her to me. God did that. All right. But, and I try to sabotage it daily, but it doesn't work. She there. But, relationships, and see if you can take this the right way. Relationships are to be seen and not heard. All right. What do I mean by that? When people look at you and your significant other, let them see the best. Let them see a couple, not just two people together. Let them see a couple. All right. That's the seen part and not heard. Nobody, as Gina said, needs to be in your business. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it to yourself. And when you're out, if you're angry, don't get up there yelling and screaming and pointing and doing all of these gestures that people will see how angry you are. Keep everything in your confined space. All right. You don't need a lot of people rooting you on when you're arguing and this and that. You need to sit down, talk about it, and make it work. I pout. All right. That's what I do. I pout because I don't want to argue. So I just pout. But that's not good either. Get it off of your chest. You're never supposed to go to bed angry. Get it done. You might be feeling some kind of way, but don't go to bed angry. You want to wake up feeling great. So as we do these relationship shows, we're not. These are our opinions, all right, but we try to at least give you guys the benefit of our experience. You don't have to take the advice that we give, but just listen, be entertained, be informed, and be educated. This is what we do here at Dope Living TV Live. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some more stuff.
All right.
Before we go.
Hey y'all, I know, don't be shocked. Yes, I really look like this, which is why I decided to let y'all in on my little secret. So a long time ago, I bought this stuff from Germany. It makes your skin tighter within like 5 or 10 seconds. My husband has never seen me like this. Not even my kids have seen me like this. So feel special that I'm letting y'all in on my little secret. So you spray it on your face like that. And then you wait about 10 seconds. Normally it does. And just watch as my skin starts to get tightened. It knocks about 10-20 years off of you. See? Don't take long at all. She's back.
I got it.
Run, Forrest,
I
run.
got
I
it.
don't think she's got makeup on because her eyebrows got darker. Did you?
I got it.
Fuller.
No.
She has her face made up as an older person.
Yeah.
and then she sprays on some type of some stuff to erase makeup off your face. I think she's a young person anyway, and she has on makeup to make herself look older. There you go.
No.
Look at her eyebrows. No, look at her eyebrows. They got darker as she so-called got younger.
She sprayed the stuff on there. All of this.
So-
She didn't get
And,
young.
so you saying they played the video in reverse, Gina?
No, I'm saying that she made up her face to look. You know
older.
how actors and actresses do it all the time.
Oh, it did. And they played it forward. Okay.
They play an
Oh,
older
no.
person, and they're not old, but they can play an old person.
This was not a video trick. That was real.
No, it was real. It was whatever she
Let's get
sprayed
her on the
on,
show.
took the makeup off
Go ahead, Greg,
that
get on
she had on. That's the only explanation.
Take off TikTok.
Or find out what that product is, and we can
Oh, she
all
probably
try
got
it.
it. She got, you know what?
I found the answer.
This is a gimmick
I
for her to
think
get
it's
a
some
bunch of
makeup
people
on there.
to look at that video 15,000
There you
times.
go.
It's
There
a
you go,
gimmick.
Mo. There you
I'm
go.
gonna find
And
the product.
trying to figure out what
Marketing
she got in that
genius.
bottle.
There ain't nothing in that bottle but some water.
Water.
And
It
there's some
took that
kind of
makeup
filter.
off.
I'm going to find the post. Hey man, Busy Bone from Thug's Phone and Harmony, Maddie.
We're live. We're live on Dope Living.
Yeah, I know we live.
Oh, okay.
I said Busy Bone. What did I say wrong?
Okay. No, I just wanted to I didn't know what we were going to go into. Okay. Hallelujah. I just wanted to make sure because we kind of be special, regular sometime.
Hey y'all, we out. I'll talk to y'all later. All right.
Peace.